Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to a quick announcement or update, proof of life here on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian McCollum, and what you see in front of me are, at long last, the advanced copies of Licensed Troubleshooter, The Guns of James Bond by Caleb Daniels. This is a book project that we ran on Kickstarter way too long ago. That's been the subject of a number of unfortunate delays in the printing process, but it is finally moving again. The printer has gotten everything right now, and they are in the final stages of getting all of the covers bound onto all of the books. We'd gone back and forth a couple times on the covers themselves, but they are looking fantastic now, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to show you what we've got from Headstamp here. This was one of our more sophisticated, more in-depth, detailed projects as far as book printing goes. So let me show you what different versions we've got coming. So this is the standard retail edition of the book. We went with a blue cover, traditional Headstamp style of cover. We really like that design. Caleb Daniels is our author. You may recognize him from his work on Commando Bond. And the book covers, of course, the literary as well as the cinematic James Bond, the guns used both by James Bond and by his various allies and enemies throughout all of the stories. So we have some really cool sort of still life photography in here that really conveys the vibe of the various eras of James Bond. And then, of course, we talk about all of the various guns of James Bond, starting with his Beretta 418, a variety of guns that people don't necessarily remember distinctly. Everyone thinks of the PPK as Bond's gun, and that certainly is, by the way, the original article from which the PPK was chosen by Ian Fleming. Anyway, the PPK is, of course, in here, but so are a wide variety of other guns that get used. Not just the Ian Fleming books, but also the continuation novels written by a variety of authors after Fleming's death. We have some cool section headers here for the various authors and actor eras in James Bond. Connery, for example. Funny story up here of the guns in the original, very first James Bond movie, how literally every gun in that movie is actually wrong. Anyway, all sorts of cool stuff in here. Gyrojets, links between James Bond, the fictional James Bond espionage world, and the real world of espionage. Cinematic James Bond, of course, who could forget the Walther 2000? And so many, hundreds and hundreds of pages of really cool Bond lore. Everything from the PPK to double rifles to assault rifles, you name it, it is all in here. A couple appendices on things like carrying like James Bond, watches, holsters, cocktails, timeline. There you go. For those who got our collector's edition, we have a collector's edition clamshell standard version. And then something that we did unique for Licensed Troubleshooter was two different special Kickstarter exclusive covers. One for the cinematic version, sort of a Skyfall inspired cover, and one for a literary version inspired by Fleming's estate GoldenEye on the coast in Jamaica. So these books both have the same interior, same pages as the regular retail edition, but our Kickstarter backers had the option to get a couple of the fancy special editions, including collector's edition clamshells, reflecting those specific cinematic and literary designs. I don't have an ETA for when these will hit our warehouse yet because they haven't actually quite left the factory yet, but things are finally moving. They're in the last stages, and we should have an ETA pretty soon. And as soon as we do, I will be sharing that with all of the Kickstarter supporters as an update on the Kickstarter page. If you didn't participate in the Kickstarter, well, you can still pre-order a copy of the book at retail price through headstamppublishing.com. I'll have a link to that in the description text below. Anyway, it's fun to be able to finally share a project that looks this awesome and cool with you guys. So thank you for watching, and thank you very much to all of our very patient and understanding Kickstarter backers.